Welcome to my video. In this video, I will tell you about the second season of the Captain Tsubasa 2018 series. I'm making this video because there's a very good number of likes and requests for previous Tsubasa videos. Since you want it so much, I will tell you the second season of Captain Tsubasa 2018 from start to finish. In the first episode, we see Wakabayashi and the Hamburg team. While he's in training, Karl Heinz Schneider comes and tells them that he will transfer to Bayern Munich. Although his teammates tell him not to sell his team, he's already made up his mind. He says he's going to play one more match for the last time. Meanwhile, Wakabayashi challenges him and claims that he can score from outside the penalty area. You know that Wakabayashi did not score from outside the penalty area in the first season. Then Schneider hits the ball in such a way that the ball starts to catch fire and hits the flame shot. Even if Wakabayashi stretches out, he can't hold the ball. It's a goal. During the series, Wakabayashi scored from outside the penalty area for the first time. On the other side, in Japan, the junior Japanese national team is assembled. There are names like Hyuga, Soda, Matsuyama, Jito in the team, but Tsubasa is not in the squad because he's injured and is learning foreign languages with Carlos at home. Then they play a match with the U15 Japanese national team, the Mihara team. Since there was no Tsubasa in the midfield, the other team dominated the midfield. But since Hyuga was in the team, there was no problem because he managed to pierce the entire defense with his tiger shot and score the goal. And that's how they managed to win. Then Tsubasa came and they gave him the number 10 jersey. That's how the preparatory camp ended, and Tsubasa was included in the squad even though he was injured. Then we learn that the Hamburg team and the U15 Japan national team will play a friendly match, and the match starts. While Hamburg has Wakabayashi in goal, Tsubasa is not in the first 11 because he's injured. As soon as they get the ball, Sawada and Hyuga attack towards the Hamburg goal. To show his strength, Hyuga shoots a tiger shot at Wakabayashi from outside the penalty area, but it hits the post. Matsuyama shoots a special shot, but the Wakabayashi can't even get a shot off. Again and again, the Japanese national team shoots at Wakabayashi, but Wakabayashi manages to keep them all out. At the start of the second half, Hamburg starts to play their real game and they shoot too. Then Hyuga takes the ball from the Hamburg's player's foot and starts to run towards the goal, but someone intervenes and beats Hyuga with the ball. We learned that it was Karl Heinz Schneider. Schneider then took the ball and drove it to the opposite goal and scored directly with a volley. After that, Hamburg destroyed the Japanese national team and scored 3 goals. In the last minutes, Hyuga tiger shot destroys the entire defense with his shot, but Wakabayashi saves this shot and shows his real power. Then the whole team is very happy to see Tsubasa coming, but Hyuga objects to his entry into the game. Since Wakashimasu's hands are broken from saving the shot, the substitute goalkeeper has to enter, and because this goalkeeper entered, they conceded another 3 goals, and the match was won with a goal scored by Hyuga in the last minute. It ends 6-1. A fight breaks out between Wakabayashi and Hyuga, who's angry for conceding this goal. After these events, Hyuga resigns as captain and leaves. In the next episode, we see Hamburg's manager telling Wakabayashi to fight with Hyuga. After these events, Hyuga gets angry and starts to train more and more and shoots with a heavy ball. The next day, Japan U15 team traveling to Germany meets Italy's national team. There is no Tsubasa in the match roster again. However, Wakabayashi has also joined the national team and he's now in the squad. And the match starts. When it starts, Hyuga makes a tackle on the ball, but Chester manages to get rid of him. The German team quickly made it 3-0. In the second half, they took off important players like Bremen and Chester. Japan U15 team was playing very badly. When Tsubasa gave tactics from the bench, the match changed in Japan's favor. Hyuga and Soda scored the goals. The match is now 3-2. But then the match ends again. The Japan U15 team was defeated. Afterwards, the Italians do not want to play a match, saying that the Japan team is weak. Tsubasa, angry at this situation, challenges them. Quickly, he takes on the entire Italian national team. He scores a goal with a drive shot and shows all his power to the Italians. After that, the whole team begged Tsubasa to play in the matches. Even Hyuga does not object to play. At the end of the episode, we learn that Misaki will soon join the team. In the next episode, we see Misaki in France. There, she meets French actor Pierre. There, they fight with each other together with Pierre. Later, Misaki learns that he was invited to the Japan U15 national team, and of course he accepts his offer. Thinking that his showdown with Pierre is not over, Misaki illegally enters the training ground of the French youth national team, and there he challenges the French players. Misaki confronts Pierre after all the players have been stolen, but Misaki's friends come to his aid and start passing the ball, and finally, Misaki scored. At the end, Misaki apologizes to the team and makes up with Pierre. Then we see the Japan U15 team training, and the next day they play a match, and this time Tsubasa Tsubasa is in the first 11. As the match starts, Tsubasa takes the ball from the midfield and scores in the first minutes with a drive shot. Even if the opposing team goes on the attack, Tsubasa comes up against them in defense and takes this ball comfortably. Later, when Tsubasa again passes everyone with his dribbles, even Schneider, who has seen Tsubasa for the first time, is surprised. Tsubasa and Hyuga win the match very comfortably, 4-0. In the next episode, the Japan U15 team goes to France to participate in the tournament. Then Tsubasa comes across Misaki while dribbling on the streets of Paris. And finally, Tsubasa and Misaki are reunited again. Then Misaki joins the team and they start training. Tsubasa and Misaki have a very good harmony and they go and score goals with wall pass. But while everything's going very well, Wakabayashi announces that he will not play in the match because he thinks the team's out of harmony. That's why he says he'll be a substitute. Then we see the Argentine national team. There are also important players, Diaz and Pascal. Since Japan U15 team is in Group A, they will play Argentina and Italy. And the first match day has come and Japan will play against Italy. When the match starts, the Italians go to the goal with fast passing. Wakashimasu manages to hold this ball at the last moment in Tardelli's header. When the ball finally comes to Tsubasa's feet, he starts to play all the Italians. But finally, the Italians are forced to foul, and this is the only way to stop Tsubasa. Since they know that Tsubasa is a dribbling master, fouls are always committed against Tsubasa. Tsubasa gets very angry at these events, and as a result, he surprises the entire Italian defense by showing that he's very good, not only in dribbling, but also in passing. Just as Tsubasa was about to score, they tripped him and fouled him for the third time. For this, the Italian receives a yellow card, and Tsubasa takes the free kick. In goal is Gino Hernandez, the best Italian goalkeeper. Tsubasa comes to kick the ball. In the meantime, the Italian barrage jumps, but Tsubasa does not hit the ball and leaves it to Matsuyama behind him. Matsuyama's kick goes under the bar and into the net, but Gino Hernandez prevents the ball from entering the goal with a very good reflex. Gino Hernandez throws the ball, but it stays in front of Tsubasa. In a way, Gino Hernandez challenges Tsubasa. Tsubasa says so and hits this ball with a drive shot. Goalkeeper Gino Hernandez calculates where the ball will fall and takes his position accordingly. By making a very good jump, he stops this shot with one hand. But this is not enough. The ball is still spinning in the air. This time, he manages to stop the ball with both hands. Then, Italy is again interrupted by Tsubasa while trying to set up a game with passes. Tsubasa again runs towards the goal using his dribbling ability and confuses the Italians with fake passes. When he finally arrives in front of the goal, Tsubasa passes to Hyuga. Hyuga makes the classic tiger shot, but because he hits the goalkeeper holds it comfortably, even though smoke comes out of his hand. And that's how the first half ends. Later, the coach learned that Gino Hernandez had not conceded a goal since the beginning of the tournament. At the start of the second half, the Italians make hard tackles and try to attack, but Jito and Soda are very good in defense and stop the Italian. Then Tsubasa and Hyuga try to get behind the defense for a goal, but Gino Hernandez leaves his goal just in time to clear the ball away. Japan's defense is caught careless and the Italians manage to score. Seeing this, the coach brings Misaki into the game, and that's how Tsubasa gets even more fired up. Afterwards, the Italians shoot again, but Wakashimasu holds these shots and stuns everyone. Then the ball comes to Tsubasa's foot, and after saving the ball from other players, makes the drive shot again. And again the goalkeeper manages to remove it. Tsubasa failed to score again, but with Misaki entering the game, a lot had changed. Tsubasa and Misaki were moving together in a very synchronized way. At the same time, they were passing perfectly through the entire Italian defense. Misaki and Gino Hernandez face each other, but this time Misaki gets a blow to his foot, and just as he's about to fall to the ground, he manages to pass to Tsubasa. Tsubasa gets up for the bicycle kick. Seeing this, Gino Hernandez immediately runs to punch the ball, but we realize that this is a fake bicycle kick because Tsubasa passes it back to Misaki. Gino Hernandez jumps to the other corner with a very good reflex, but when Misaki passes to Tsubasa again, instead of hitting the goal, Tsubasa is left only to touch, and Japan manages to score the goal in this way and bring the situation to 1-1. Later, after a foul on Misaki, Tsubasa gets very angry at this incident. They try to grab his jersey, but even his jersey is torn, but he continues to run. Tsubasa shoots at the goal, but the goalkeeper holds it. The returning ball stays in front of Tsubasa again. He makes the shot again, but Gino Hernandez holds it. Just as the match is about to end, the return ball is in front of Hyuga. As a result of his training with the heavy ball, Tiger has strengthened his shot. Neo has switched on the Tiger shot, and he takes a shot with the Neo Tiger shot. It's such a shot that the goalkeeper's gloves disappear, and it's a goal. In this way, the Japanese U15 U15 team manages to win in the last minutes. In the next episode, France U15 national team and England U15 team face each other. In this match, Pierre manages to surprise everyone, even Tsubasa, but the England team scores the first goal. Meanwhile, a French player named Napoleon in the France team gets angry with his coach, saying that if you don't put me in the game, we will be defeated. Although the technical director does not want this, he accepts it and Napoleon enters the game. And after entering, he scores 3 goals and makes a hat trick. And in this way, France wins the match 3-1. Then other matches continue to be played. Uruguay wins against Belgium. Germany defeats Portugal with 4-1. And finally, Argentina and Italy face each other. But in the last match, Gino Hernandez's hand is fractured by Hyuga's Neo Tiger shot, and we learn that he will not play in this match. That's why Argentina destroys Italy with a score of 5-0. After most of the matches are played, the semi-final opponents are decided. Uruguay will play Germany. France is also in the semi-final. France's opponent will be Japan against Argentina. The winner of this round will go to the semi-finals, and finally the match day comes and Japan U15 and Argentina face each other. When the match starts, Juan Diaz, the best player of Argentina, manages to score the goal in the first minutes with a bicycle kick, direct dribbles, and somersault. Tsubasa tries to moralize his friends again, but Diaz, who takes the ball, manages to make 2-0. Tsubasa is surprised to see this, and when the game starts, he throws the ball to Misaki, but Misaki remains slow, and Diaz manages to steal the ball from Misaki's foot. Then they face Tsubasa, but Diaz wipes him off the field with a 5-footer. Diaz makes the score 3-0 with a drive shot from the center court, and the Japanese U15 team comes to the point of disintegration. As Tsubasa was having a hard time getting a high five, he throws the ball to Hyuga's foot with his new technique, the overhand pass. When Hyuga takes a Neo Tiger shot on this ball, let alone entering the goal, it pierces the goal and tears the net. In this way, the score became 3-1, and the Japanese national team gained confidence. When Diaz sees these situations, he gets angry and starts to attack, but this time Misaki spoils Diaz's plans and stops Diaz's attacks, and puts his team on the counterattack. The Japanese national team with a new tactic, with Jito lying on the ground, the twins jump from his feet and shoot in the air and score a goal, but they both get injured when they hit the post. When the score is 3-2, the first half is over, but when the second half starts, there's more competition between Tsubasa and Diaz. Tsubasa tries to throw a bicycle kick in the air, but Diaz blocks him with a bicycle kick. Afterwards, Diaz drives shot on Pascal's pass, but this time Wakashimasu can only stop the ball with a very good jump. After that, Hyuga tries to attack with the ball, but gets a tackle on his foot. But before the intervention, he manages to do a backflip and pass to Tsubasa with the bottom of his foot. With this pass, Tsubasa is about to hit the ball in the air when Diaz intervenes. Meanwhile, Tsubasa sees Misaki running and passes to him. With this harmony, Misaki manages to score the goal, and they make it 3-3 and equalize the score. After that, the Argentina U15 team thought to stop Tsubasa with heavy fouls, and somehow they managed to stop Tsubasa. Then Diaz came on the scene and scored his goal, again beating everyone. But soon, Hyuga came on the scene and showed that he's improved not only his shooting, but also his agility, speed, and strength, and he used his speed to break through the Argentine defense and scored a tiger shot, and the score became 4-4, and the equality was restored. Misugi, the assistant coach, realizing that Japan needed to make a substitution, put himself into the game with the approval of the coach, and in this way, Japan U15 team becomes stronger. Things change with the entry of Misugi, and in an attack, Misaki passes to Tsubasa, and Tsubasa and Diaz struggle in the air, and the ball falls idle, and Misugi, who is there at this time, scores with a perfect bicycle kick and makes the score 5-4. For the first time, the Japanese managed to take the lead, but Diaz had no intention of giving up and kept making attacks. Diaz again outpaced everyone with his dribble, and then he fired a shot with an incredible curve that went through the right side of the defense. Wakashimasu tries to catch up with this ball but seems to fail. At that time, Ishizaki, who made a super jump, held this shot with his head, and the final whistle came. The match ends with 5-4, and the Japanese U15 team wins. At the end of the match, Diaz comes to Tsubasa and tells Tsubasa that he's better than him. Then they change their jerseys and show that they respect each other. Then the other semi-final matches are played. The first match will be between Uruguay national team and Germany national team. Uruguay's most important player is Victorino. Germany, as you know, has Karl Heinz Schneider. When the match started, Victorino scored in the first minute with a diving volley. He was also known as the Black Panther Victorino and showed his true power. Then the match turns into a show of strength and Schneider scores with a fiery shot. And of course, the goalkeeper can't hold it. When the match starts again, the ball comes to Victorino's feet again, and without hesitation, he shoots from outside the penalty area and scored. But the answer's not delayed, and Schneider scores again with his fiery shot. The score was 2-2, and the score was equalized equalized. When the match started, Victorino was going to score again. This time an intervention was made on his foot and the Uruguay team won a free kick. Everyone thought it was going to be a goal. There's a sudden substitution in the German national team, and the legendary goalkeeper Müller enters the game. Then he challenged Victorino by saying no damn. Victorino is furious when he sees this and shoots one of his hardest shots. Müller seems not to move at first, but he reacts in an instant and prevents this goal from happening. Then he immediately uses his long ball to put the ball at Schneider's feet. Of course, he manages to turn this ball into a goal, and the situation becomes 3-2, and Germany takes the lead. Then things didn't go well for the Uruguayan national team. Victorino tries different shots and tries the goal, but Müller doesn't let any ball pass that doesn't score. Germany scores more goals with Schneider, and the match ends 6-2. The Uruguayan national team is humiliated, and Schneider becomes the top scorer in the tournament. Germany is guaranteed to reach the final of the tournament. Now we will see whether Japan or France will reach the final in this match. The match squads are announced, and the players take the field. When the match starts, Pierre and Misaki face each other again, and it's a very competitive battle, but Tsubasa manages to steal the ball from both of them and go on the attack. Tsubasa knows that Roberto is watching him from the stands, so he gets even more fired up and manages to outrun the entire opposition defense. Tsubasa passes back before an intervention comes to his foot, and this ball goes to Misaki's foot. Misuki passes the ball to Soda. Soda throws an incredible curve pass with a razor pass. Hyuga shoots a tiger shot on this pass, but we realize that it's actually a pass, not a shot, and the ball goes toward Tsubasa. When Tsubasa hits the pass, the goalkeeper can't even move, 1-0. After this goal, Pierre, who had the ball at his feet, sent a shot towards the goal with a sliding kick. Wakashimasu jumps to catch it, but the ball is deflected downwards and Pierre scored. The score is equalized. After this goal, a fight breaks out between Soda and Napoleon. For this, the referee shows them both a yellow card. When the match starts, Misaki and Tsubasa play in perfect harmony. He enters the opposition penalty area again, and Tsubasa takes a shot. The ball, traveling in the air like Pierre's kick, suddenly takes a downward direction, scores a goal. Tsubasa has taken a sliding kick. Pierre is then shocked. After this event, Pierre goes crazy and goes through the entire Japanese defense and even manages to destroy Hyuga. Facing Tsubasa, he manages to win this ball and passes it to Napoleon, but Soda intervenes at the last moment and blocks it. But the referee blows his whistle and shows Soda a second yellow card, and the second yellow becomes a red card. Soda is sent off. Seeing this, Tsubasa gets very angry, and when he starts complaining to the referee, Tsubasa gets a yellow card. Seeing this, the fans are very angry with Tsubasa. In the meantime, a penalty is given for a foul inside the penalty area. Pierre goes to use this ball. Pierre takes the penalty and puts Wakashimasu in the wrong corner. That makes the score 2-1. After that, things start to get ugly because the sold referee doesn't call a foul on Napoleon's elbow foul. Then Hyuga, seeing this, gets furious and hits a tiger shot. And he scores, but he sees the offside flag in the air because the linesman had given offside. The referees started to chop Japan so that France wouldn't lose. While Hyuga was protesting, the French players suddenly started the game and scored their third goal with Napoleon's kick. Japan can no longer attack because they're down to 10 men, but Napoleon's header is held by Wakashimasu. He plays it long and passes it to Hyuga. Hyuga passes to Misaki, but he's met by Pierre and his header doesn't go in. The ball rises into the air, and Tsubasa, who wants to take this chance, goes up for a bicycle kick. And we think it was 3-2 with Tsubasa's bicycle kicks, but the referee once again cancels the goal. Because Tsubasa lifted his foot in a very dangerous way, the referee does not give this goal. Tsubasa, who saw the match fixing for the first time in his life, was shocked and very angry about what happened. Japanese national team piles all the players in front of the goal, and in this way prevents France from scoring. When the ball stays at Tsubasa's feet, he tackles them all and shoots a shot with his anger and scores a goal. This time we think that the referee cannot cancel the goal, but in fact he blows the whistle of the first half before the kick. And in this way, Japan's goal is not cancelled. The French lobby is at work. The score is still 3-1. In the halftime dressing room, Tsubasa advises them to take their anger out on the match. Pierre talks about the offside trap tactic. At the start of the second half, Tsubasa and Misaki continue to pass with good harmony again, and Tsubasa throws this pass to Hyuga, but we learn that he's offside. The French offside tactic has worked. Then the French players use the set ball and shoot again, but this time Wakashimasu manages to catch the ball. The game picks up again, and this time Tsubasa makes an incredible back pass to put the ball in front of Hyuga. Hyuga makes good use of this chance and finally scores his goal using his tiger shots, and surprisingly, the referee finally gives the goal. The score is 3-2. Pierre passes Misaki and Tsubasa as the game starts. This time, Hyuga comes up against him, but he passes him and shoots. Again, Wakashimasu saves the ball. To prove that the French team is not just Pierre, Napoleon shoots the ball ball, and Wakashimazu saves it with difficulty. But on the rebound, Napoleon barely puts the ball in the net. But this goal doesn't count because the referee says Napoleon fouled him. The French were shocked because they thought the referee was defending them. But after the fight with Napoleon, Izawa was injured and had to leave, so he's replaced by Misugi, who has a heart condition. Tsubasa manages to overtake Pierre with his incredible speed. Tsubasa then shoots and scores. This time the referee didn't cancel it and the score was 3-3 and a draw was achieved. But when the French fans support the team, Pierre gets strength from them and starts to play good football. Pierre starts the Eiffel attack tactic and they pass everyone with this passing. But in Napoleon's shot, the ball hits the post. But on this return ball, Pierre makes his volley, and with this goal, the French manage to take the lead again. After this moment, the match passes in the middle. Japan attacks, then France, but in the last minutes, within 2 minutes left to play, Japanese gradually begin to lose hope. As a last change, the Tachibana twins enter the game, and they try to header with their iconic move of jumping off the leg, but Pierre blocks them at the last moment. Now the last 1 minute is entered, but the return ball remains at Misaki's feet. Misaki comes to Pierre, remembering what Tsubasa said and remembering his path. Misaki passes the ball, but it stays in the puddle. Pierre is surprised by this, but in fact we realize that this is all a tactic of Misaki. Misaki tries to touch the ball at the last moment by slipping because he's faster, but Napoleon also makes a move on this ball. But Tsubasa intervenes and helps Misaki. With his help, the ball is free in the air, so Misaki jumps up and volleys. He scores with this volley, but the referee blew his whistle and everyone thought it was the end of the match. But the referee surprisingly gave the goal, and since the score is 4-4, the match goes into extra time. I skip these parts because the match is very long and very unnecessary. Afterwards, when there was no goal in extra time, the match went to penalties. But during the match, Wakashimazu's hands are in a lot of pain and difficulty because they're damaged. Pierre takes the penalty and scores. Wakashimazu can't hold it. Now the Japan national team will use the penalty. Hyuga comes for the first penalty and scores his goal with a tiger shot from the penalty. Then the other French player shoots the penalty. This time, Wakashimazu tries to save it with the tip of his fingers, but can't. Then Matsuyama converts this penalty into a goal. Then the other French players kicks the penalty. Again, Wakashimazu fails to convert the penalty. Misaki, who wants to go through to the final, also takes a penalty. Now France takes the penalty, but Wakashimazu and the ball go to opposite corners. This time Misugi comes for the penalty and his shot is also a goal. All of them are very good penalty takers, or the goalkeepers are buckets, I don't know anymore. And it's Napoleon who takes the ball for France's 5th penalty. Wakashimazu, who is now very angry at Napoleon's kick, removes this ball with his karate fist, even if his hand is injured. Even if his hands are covered in blood, Wakashimazu has held it, and now if Tsubasa throws, Japan will win this match. Tsubasa takes the penalty and finishes the match by throwing the ball to 90. With 10 men, Japan won this match against the host France. Pierre honorably congratulates Misaki. The whole team continues to train until they faint, but there were problems in the team as many people were injured. For example, Wakashimazu could not play in the last match because he received very serious blows. So the whole team gathered and offered Wakabayashi to play in the match. Wakabayashi, who had been laying down during the whole tournament, said he would play in the final match. Then the match day comes and everyone is excited about the final match, but they were up against Germany, who had a best striker and the best goalkeeper. As soon as the match starts, Schneider starts dribbling quickly. Then he passes to Chester, but when Chester tries to dribble past Tsubasa, Tsubasa takes the ball from him, and he manages to dribble past everyone. Then he meets Kaltz, one of Germany's best defenders. Tsubasa makes a wall pass with Misaki just as he gets to the ball. As Tsubasa and Misaki continue to move forward with a very good combination, a serious intervention is made to Misaki, but before the intervention, he manages to throw the ball to Tsubasa. Tsubasa, on the other hand, manages to beat the German defense with a great ball control by smothering the ball with his chest. Then Tsubasa gives a pass to Nita with a sliding pass. However, just as Nita's about to shoot, he passes, not shoots, and this ball stays at Hyuga's foot. Hyuga, on the other hand, is a little scared under the shadow of Mueller just as he's about to hit, but Mueller catches it very comfortably. Of course, everyone who sees this is dumbfounded. Then Mueller, with an incredible shot, throws the ball to his teammate in the TA midfield. They pass the ball to Chester. Chester was angry that he couldn't make the previous steal and wanted to throw it this time, but Misaki dived for the ball and managed to steal it from him again. Misaki then, of course, throws the ball to Tsubasa. Tsubasa prepares to take a shot from outside the penalty area. Tsubasa is at first frightened by the size of Mueller, just as Hyuga was, but Tsubasa still manages to hit the drive shot, while other goalkeepers can hardly hold this drive shot with 2 hands. Mueller unbelievably holds this shot easily with 1 hand, and he manages to surprise everyone, but Mueller doesn't stop there. Thinking that the Japanese shot is too weak, he challenges them again and throws the ball to the center. Nita is angry with Mueller, but his shot hits the wall because Mueller, who was a wall-like goalkeeper, was in goal. Mueller again throws the ball into the center. This time Matsuyama comes and tries to answer him, but he holds his shot. Then Soda comes up and takes a razor shot, and it's an unbelievable curve into the net. But we realize that this is actually a tactic of Hyuga, because Hyuga runs over and tries to hit the ball. At that time, Mueller holds the ball, but Hyuga wants to put Mueller in the goal with the ball. After an incredible power, the ball does not even move. Mueller can withstand this power of Hyuga with his left arm, and Mueller shows everyone his true strength. Mueller then made a clever move, taking advantage of Soda and Matsuyama coming into the attack to slip Schneider behind the defense. Japan's defense was caught short because of this. Schneider tried to hit a volley in the air, but Wakabayashi read his move and read the defense, cleared the goal, and held his shot directly in front of him. Afterwards, the Japan national team managed to break Germany's press with passes and go on the offense. In the offense that started with Misaki, Misaki throws his pass to Tsubasa. Then the golden duo Tsubasa and Misaki destroy Germany's defense very well with their passing. Then Tsubasa passes to Hyuga, the striker. Hyuga, surprisingly, starts to play as a wing and opens a center into the penalty area. Inside the penalty area, of course, there is Tsubasa. Tsubasa controls this ball very well and dribbles past the defenders, but Mueller was in goal. Tsubasa thought he could pass the ball under Mueller's arm in the opposite position. However, Mueller did not allow this ball to pass under his arm. Afterwards, Misaki saw the ball rising into the air and unbelievably shot the bicycle kick. Mueller managed to make his second save in a very short time. Mueller again throws the ball towards Chester, but this time Schneider intervenes and prevents the ball from coming to Chester, and starts to move towards the goal with the ball from the midfield. He's beating the entire Japan defense. He even wins an aerial challenge with Soda. He finally manages to shoot from outside the penalty area, and the defense can't stop it. He starts heading straight for the goal, but can't beat Wakabayashi. For the first time in the tournament, Schneider's fiery shot does not score. This time it's Japan's national team, but Germany manages to take the ball away from them again very easily. And Chester and Misaki face each other again. This time, Chester manages to surprise Misaki with an Elastico steal. This time, Germany starts to attack in earnest. Kaltz makes an erroneous pass, but then they realize that it's not an erroneous pass. It is a pass to Margus, another German striker. However, Margus' shot does not score, and Wakabayashi holds it. Again, Wakabayashi starts the game with a long throw, but again, the ball does not stay at the feet of the Japan national team for long because the Germans manage to steal the ball. Tsubasa and Misaki, who are angry at this situation, also try to get the ball, and they take it perfectly from Chester's foot. However, the Germans, angry at this, trip and foul Tsubasa. Then a free kick will be taken. To take it, Tsubasa and Hyuga both start running at the same time. Then Tsubasa leaves the ball in front of Hyuga with his foot. Hyuga shows the Neo Tiger shot to Mueller for the first time. Just as Mueller's about to score, he closes his legs and holds this shot, but is pushed backwards by the power of the shot. However, these do not stop the Japan national team, and they immediately throw the ball in front of Tsubasa by grabbing the ball from Germany, who started the game. Tsubasa, on the other hand, shoots a different kind of shot this time, not a drive shot, but Mueller misses it while holding it. Immediately, Tsubasa runs to hit this ball, but Mueller remembers the old days and difficulties he worked with his teacher and runs to the ball. He hits the ball with such force that it hits Tsubasa and causes him to be injured. Seeing this, Wakabayashi and his teammates are energized and continue to support Tsubasa. Then, Kaltz and Chester pass and run towards the Japan defense and pass incredibly. Without Tsubasa, the midfield was in the hands of the Germans. Misaki tries to intervene just as Chester's about to hit, but Chester's tactic works and Misaki's move goes to waste. Then he sends this ball to Schneider in the penalty area. Schneider, on the other hand, seems to hit the bicycle kick, but suddenly keeps the ball at his feet and shows his original plan to Wakabayashi. Wakabayashi, distracted in this way, does not understand what happened. At that time, Schneider shoots a fire shot. The surprised Wakabayashi cannot react immediately to this shot, and Schneider's fire shot is a goal. In this way, Germany takes a 1-0 lead over the Japanese national team. However, despite everything, Tsubasa tries to cheer up his teammate and talks about how they'll win this match. Hearing this, the Japanese national team decided not to give up. Then, Tsubasa and Misaki start the game using the centers. However, while everyone is waiting for Tsubasa to pass to Misaki, he passes to Hyuga, who passes through the gap and starts moving towards the goal. Then, Hyuga immediately makes a Neo Tiger shot from outside the penalty area, but the ball slows down as it hits the defenders. At that time, there is Nita there, and he makes a falcon kick to this ball. Although it traveled very fast, Mueller mockingly holds the shot. Mueller immediately starts the game, but Tsubasa, who's fueled up, immediately manages to steal the ball and then continues to drive towards the goal. At that moment, Hyuga also comes to him, and Hyuga and Tsubasa, who were previously rivals, hit the ball at the same time and combine the drive shot with the tiger shot and shoot the dead tiger shot. This shot travels so fast that it's almost impossible to see, but Mueller, remembering his hard training with rocks in the past, holds this ball comfortably and shows all his strength. At that time, Hyuga's injury in the France match starts to hurt, and he tells Tsubasa that he's not playing well because of this. Tsubasa assures him that they will win. Afterwards, Mueller's ball remains in the Germans, but in an attack by the Germans, the ball remains in Wakabayashi. Wakabayashi throws the ball towards the opponent's penalty area by playing long. At that time, Hyuga and Sawada send the ball in a different way by hitting the bicycle kick at the same time, but this is not a shot, but a pass. Misaki immediately runs to this pass and kicks the ball. However, Mueller senses this in advance and manages to hold the ball. However, Misaki is still trying to put the ball inside with his head. Afterwards, Tsubasa immediately reaches there and jumps on Misaki's legs and gives him strength, and in this way, Mueller cannot stand it, and the goal is scored. In this way, the Japanese national team managed to find the goal. The match is now equalized and 1-1. In this way, the Japanese national team's morale improves and they start to play better. The Germans, on the other hand, lose the ball in the center due to this upset. Although the Japanese want to attack immediately, they encounter the Germans who want to attack and lose the ball. Schneider, angry at this situation, wants to score another goal immediately. Karl Heinz Schneider immediately manages to pass most players with his body dribble. Schneider passes cleverly and even avoids offside. Schneider and Wakabayashi face each other, and just as Schneider's about to shoot, Wakabayashi gets in the way and has to shoot a little over the top. Schneider's shot destroys Wakabayashi's hat trick, but hits the post. Wakabayashi is bleeding from the face. The last attack of the first half is completed, and the first whistle blows. Mueller has to cry in front of his coach for conceding a goal. In the locker room, Tsubasa cheers up his teammates and tells them that they have a very good chance of winning this match. When the second half starts, they immediately throw the ball to Tsubasa. Tsubasa then passes the ball to Nita, but Kaltz takes the ball from him. Kaltz then passes the ball to Schneider, who shoots from outside the penalty area. Only this time, Wakabayashi was able to catch the ball. Germany attacked more in the second half and made it very difficult for Wakabayashi. Every time they managed to get the ball away from Japan, Kaltz tries to put a shot past Wakabayashi. Wakabayashi is able to get it out by running backwards quickly. Then Wakabayashi throws the ball to Tsubasa, and Tsubasa manages to outrun everyone because he's on the gas. When he gets in front of the goal, he takes a drive shot, but we realize it's not a shot, it's a pass to Misaki. But Mueller manages to get it out acrobatically. But the ball is again in front of Tsubasa. This time, Schneider wants to stop Tsubasa, and they both hit the ball very hard at the same time. But it creates a very powerful explosion, and the ball starts to spin wildly. Because of this spinning, the Germans can't intercept the ball, and Tsubasa continues to dribble. However, when he's facing Mueller, he realizes that his foot is injured because it was damaged in the fight with Schneider. But Tsubasa does a backflip pass to Hyuga behind him. As Hyuga prepares to shoot this ball, Schneider comes across and tries to block him, but he can't do it because he has a problem with his foot, and Hyuga hits a Neo-Tiger shot and beats Schneider with the ball. On top of that, Mueller tries to hold it but can't, and it's a goal. Mueller's glove and hand are damaged. That's how Japan takes a 2-1 lead. With this goal, the Japan national team is rejoicing again. They restarted the match with the centers, but the pain in Tsubasa and Schneider's leg persisted. Although Germany continued to attack, they were failing at every turn because the Japan national team was defending very tightly, so it looked like the Germans were beginning to despair and give up. But Schneider galvanizes them again and tells them to throw the ball to him. Despite the pain, Schneider continues to dribble, but Schneider's shot is again intercepted by Wakabayashi, who immediately plays long and plans to put Japan on the offense. Then Kaltz slides off Tsubasa's foot, takes the ball, and unbelievably spits the toothpick out of his mouth, much to everyone's surprise. This gives the whole team a boost, and everyone starts to attack. However, Kaltz surprises the whole Japan defense, and with an incredible pass, he puts the ball in front of Schneider. Schneider shoots with an incredible shot. Ishizaki says, "This is my last 100 blocks," and he jumps in front of the ball like a maniac and lets it hit him, and he collapses in agony. But this ball is still in front of Schneider. Tsubasa, who's angry at this situation, wants to take the ball from Schneider's foot by sliding, but when Schneider sends him to the market, he gets angry and makes a jump back again, and there's nothing left to do when he eats Schneider's fate. This time, Schneider shoots a very curved curve shot instead of a fire shot. Wakabayashi's confusion allows him to eat this shot, and the situation is equalized 2-2. Then the whole Japan team rushed to Ishizaki's side. Ishizaki was not in good condition and had to be substituted. Ishizaki was taken off on a stretcher, and Izawa came on. Japan quickly took the center half, and everyone went into an attack. In the first minutes, Schneider and Tsubasa faced each other, and Schneider won the battle. Schneider, confident that this will be a goal, shoots so fast that even the defense cannot see the ball, but Wakabayashi manages to hold it. Wakabayashi quickly plays the ball towards Hyuga. Hyuga unbelievably hits the Neo Tiger shot. Mueller reaches out to catch this ball, but his right arm is damaged from the last hit, so he tries to hold this ball using his left arm, but the shot is so powerful that he misses it. Mueller still does not give up and manages to hold this ball with his leg. Tsubasa takes the ball from Mueller with only 2 minutes left. This could be their last attack. Tsubasa takes the ball and runs into the German penalty area. He dodges the Germans coming towards him, jumping over them. Then Tsubasa was confronted by Chester, who passed him, only to be confronted by Kalt, who was hiding behind Chester. Kalt manages to mercilessly take this ball from him. It was the first time they had managed to steal the ball from Tsubasa in midfield. This revives the spirit of Germany and gives morale to the team. Meanwhile, Tsubasa is still on the ground. As the German attack continues, the ball comes to Schneider's feet, and pretending to shoot, he fakes the entire Japan defense and sends a pass over the top. Schneider hopes it will be the last shot and shoots. But Wakabayashi catches this ball too. However, he misses it, and Margus tries to hit it on the return ball, but Wakabayashi manages to catch this ball by putting everything into it. At that time, with Ishizaki giving gas to Tsubasa, Tsubasa manages to stand up. Wakabayashi, of course, immediately makes a perfect pass toward Tsubasa. Tsubasa again encounters the German defense, but this time he throws the ball to Misaki. Misaki immediately continues to move towards the penalty area, and a very hard intervention is made on his foot. But Misaki manages to pass the ball despite this intervention. Although this ball seems to go to Hyuga, Hyuga accidentally left this ball to Captain Tsubasa. While Tsubasa tries to hit the volley in the air, Schneider immediately intervenes and tries to stop this shot. After this intervention, the ball rises into the air. Seeing this, Schneider and Tsubasa immediately jump and try to hit the ball. However, Tsubasa comes faster and manages to hit this ball. Mueller tries to catch this ball by diving, but he can't hold the ball and goes straight towards the goal. This shot is actually a drive shot. Tsubasa starts running towards the ball seconds before the referee ends the match. Tsubasa hits the ball with a super low flying aerial shot. Mueller seems to reach for this ball, but the ball suddenly curves up into the air and hits the upper net. With this shot, the final whistle comes, and the Japanese manage to win this match 3-2. After winning this match, Tsubasa shakes hands with Schneider and they congratulate each other. The Player of the Match award is given to Tsubasa. The German national team continues to applaud them. At the end, Tsubasa lifted the trophy and made everyone happy. At that time, Roberto appeared and reunited with Tsubasa. However, things started to progress a little differently after that. We saw Tsubasa and Sanai's relationship, and also a boxer appeared and said that he loved Sanai. When Tsubasa said that this would not happen, he said that he liked it more. It turned from football anime to boxing anime, and Tsubasa started boxing with the boxer boy. Anyway, let's leave all this aside. At the end of everything, Tsubasa said goodbye to all his friends and Japan, because he was going to Brazil with Roberto. Tsubasa finally said goodbye to Sanai, went to Brazil, and there he started training with Roberto. Tsubasa's story is over for now. In this way, I told you the whole Captain Tsubasa 2018 series. It's not clear when the third season will come out, and we'll wait to see. I hope you liked my video. Please don't forget to like this video if you like it. If 1,000 likes come, I will continue such videos. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.